it's come to my attention that there are a number of viewers of mine who still believe in the United States. I have to question. I'm trying to wrap my head around anybody who can think in such a way. Like I can only think. I guess maybe some of you are just senile, or you haven't seen basic demographic data, or 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 are you're unaware of the trends in terms of the government. Like if you're a libertarian anyway, you can't support, like, I mean, all the trends, the all the ideological trends are all in a horrible direction, both in terms of economic views and social views. The How do I say this? All the economic indicators are in a bad direction. All economic indicators are structurally down. The manufacturing is gone. Okay, and I mean, there's people. I mean, you'll talk all this so that you can't. I mean, you can't have a service-based economy if there's nothing to service. Okay, you can't. You know, there's no like economic future for the United States. I mean, the United States has some natural resources, but geographically, it's kind of on the periphery of the world. It's not right with that manufacturing base gone. It's not going to be a naturally wealthy area. Okay, I don't know what kind of ideas you have there, right? When you destroy the economic policies that made the United States exceptionally wealthy, which had to do with high barriers for imports, right, high trade barriers, and very free domestic markets. Both of those are being destroyed, right? The United States is embracing free trade and is becoming less free domestically, right? The exact opposite formula of what made the United States wealthy before, right? Which was blocking out imports and on manufactured goods, blocking out foreign manufactured goods, and having a free domestic economy. That's what made the United States as wealthy as it was. So, and of course that's gone. Public opinion is moving on racial issues and on issues of granting citizenship in horrible directions, right? Believe a majority of people in the United States support a path for citizenship for the roughly 11 million non-citizen mestizos in the United States today. Just so, I mean, whites are projected to be a minority by 2047. Of course, in the past the projection was 2052, but the projections keep getting closer and closer, right? So as the situation ends up being more dire than it was originally predicted. So I'm wondering, these people take it all back. Are you like government ops or something? Like, are you working for, or are you working for the SPLC, or are you senile and just unaware, or are you just data phobic? Are you just uninterested in looking at basic data? I'm trying to understand what the hell is going on with all these pro America people. I mean, but the problem is, like I know, for example, Jeff August, at least the pictures of him on Facebook are of a young guy, so it can't be senility. I mean, some people who are like 80 in the nursing homes aren't even particularly aware of what's going on in their own life. I mean, they're going to be, keep America, take America back, right? Because they're literally not in this world anymore. Okay, so for them, I get that, but for like young people, and not even young people, people like under 70 and under, who don't have like some sort of brain degeneration issues, Like, unless, I mean, and these, I'm talking about people who are not liberals and are not like, yeah, white minority, yeah, you know, blacks and mestizos make the rules, yeah, less freedom, businesses have to do what Obama says, you know, businesses can't start up easily, you know, tax everyone, right? Make it impossible to live a basic life, you know. I mean, there are some people who are like that, and for those people, you know, for them to continue to support the United States is not a senile act. It is a act in their perceived best interest. Now, I don't actually believe it is. I believe that even their best interests are served by partition. But for the people who have any views on economics or racial policy that is anything approximating a glimmer of a ghost of sanity, to continue to support the United States, I just don't see what's going on there. I have never heard. See, because what I'll do is I'll keep pushing this and explaining why you need to break up the United States in ideological, not parochial, right? Not things like Scotland or Wales or Texas or Vermont, any of that, or Quebec, or or Alberta, or any of that stupid shit. But real ideological partitions, right? And I say this stuff, and I get people who, I mean, I can understand criticisms. Oh, it's a pipe dream, and I do get those, right? That's fine. And I explain why. Okay, even though it's a pipe dream, it's the only thing. It's the only thing. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who say, no, we need to keep the United States and try to take it back. I mean, first off, what prize is, the United States is not a prize. Even if you could take it back, okay, that's nice. Now we took it back, let's have a partition so we can have an even better country than the United States, right? Okay, how about United States minus black people? That would be better, okay? That would be much better than the United States with black people, see? So, so even if you could take it back, well, if you had the ability to take it back, you would have the ability to have a partition into a country that's better than the United States. Right? You could have a slice that's better than the United States is in total. So even then, there's no so even if you could take it back, why would you want to? It's not some great prize. First of all. Second of all, I haven't seen any real case that the United States could be taken back by anything, even like the fucking Republican Party. Even the Republican Party is constantly having to prostitute itself further and further to the left in order to maintain electoral competitiveness, and ultimately it may not be able to. There's a possibility that there could never be a Republican president ever again. I don't know. These kinds of predictions are always very, very perilous. But, we're looking at the possibility that the Republican Party could never win again. So these, ultra-conservatives or people who call themselves reactionaries, the idea that you're going to take the United States back is just... That and given, we're seeing the Republican Party fighting for its life. The Republican Party is being beaten hollow. Okay, they lost North Carolina. Okay, the Republican Party is broken, is bloody, is in a very horrible situation. And yes, there are little electoral cycles here and there, but it's bad. It's really bad. And even under Bush, the Republican Party was barely breaking even against the Democrat Party. Right? And that's the Republican Party. That's not these kinds of people who are saying take America back for the far right, or any kind of either constitutionalists or racially aware people. Two groups that sometimes overlap and sometimes hate each other in roughly equal measure. The idea that you're going to take anything back is just is I'm having difficulty trying to describe it because it's a kind of of disconnect from very basic obvious reality that I'm starting to think that you guys are plants of some sort. I mean either because I seriously don't think that this many people can be this dumb. I don't think. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see how these kinds of people can be this unaware of the situation in the United States, can be this far gone. I just don't see it. Maybe it's possible. Maybe there are young people who are like this, but I'm thinking that it must be senility, or they're actually, this is like some sort of a psyop thing by SPLC or the government. Although, but the thing is, I have a difficult time believing that because I'm such. I mean, the sphere that I'm in with me, Arini, Aaron Clary, Spock. It's such a tiny little mini-verse that I wouldn't think any kind of infiltration would even occur. I don't think. Basically, what I'm saying is I don't think we're even worth infiltrating. So it's really puzzling to me. I mean, what is this? I mean, I in the past I've talked about the Americult and believers in the Americult, and I guess is it really that bad? Was it worse than even I imagined? Because that's the only other explanation besides, some sort of infiltration psyop thing or senility. So it's just weird, and I don't get it. I don't. And I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any serious case for either the possibility of taking America back. I mean, I haven't seen any realistic blueprint. Okay, I mean, I'm talking about freaking pan secessionist coalition with communists, with libertarians, left and right libertarians, with anarchists, with the La Raza mestizo types, the black separatists, plumb line, quote unquote progressive separatists, even working with the retarded ass dumb parochial separatists like the Vermont and Texas and the neo Confederate separatists. And the plumb line liberal progressive separatists who want to say, you know what, let's form our progressive country. We don't need the South and the Midwest. We'll just have our own thing up over here, and that's fine. We'll be like a European country, okay? And you can say, well, Ryan, that's a really ridiculously long shot. And there's no you could say how crazy that is, but the idea that one faction, one ideological zone, maybe we could say it's two, maybe we could say it's the libertarians / constitutionalists, to the degree that libertarians and constitutionalists are the same thing, and the and white nationalists by various names. We could say, well, a lot of people don't want to identify as a white nationalist, even though that's basically what they are. Okay, the idea that this, in and of itself, is going to take back America. I mean, this is just. It seems like something that you would do if you were some sort of government agent trying to derail a movement. Try to say, don't interact with these other groups. Don't do pan separatism. Stick to a single ideology victory. Stick to a strategy of single ideology victory, and and battle against your would-be allies in your struggle against the U.S. federal government. Don't form a pan-secessionist popular front. Duke it out alone against the ideology of America and other separatist groups, and try to take America back. Right? First off, that's an obvious recipe for failure, and of course, it's exactly what some kind of puppet master who wanted to maintain the United States, is exactly what they would try to do to maintain the United States. Now, I've said many times that I don't believe in any kind of puppet mastery thing going on. Okay? I'm generally aversive to that. But I'm just saying, if such a thing did exist, this is the kind of thing they would do. Right? So, yeah, like, you take America back, people. I mean, the dumbness is just off the charts.